if everything is beautiful, nothing becomes beautiful. And we want a world of beauty. We recognize that for there to be love, there must be loss. And so we choose love, even though it comes with loss. And really what we end up with is back to the notion that this is that perfect universe with everything in balance, where we are able to choose what we focus on. We are able to choose the light over the dark. We are able to find the love even though it's fleeting, and we appreciate it. And we appreciate each moment of our life more. And so, to me, there can be no pleasure without pain. There can be no love without loss. There can be no reaching towards a more blissful experience without first seeing that truth of suffering in our lives. Well, some people think that these places I'm visiting must be very expensive, and how nice it must be to live in the mountains. But all of the monasteries, all of the ashrams are free. They're, donation only. And so really it's just the plane ticket. The plane ticket's the big expense. But once you make it to India or Asia or South America, there are many places you can find where you'll be very welcome, just to deepen your connection to your spiritual source. I do not live in the mountains. I wish I lived in the mountains. Unfortunately, like all of us, I'm living in New York City, where I can earn a living and still continue to reach people and teach about some of the things I learn around the world. I still try to visit ashrams and monasteries and shamanic tribes and villages all the time, as much as I can. Not always as much as I'd like, but every year I try to visit as many spiritual places as possible, just to further my awareness. I try to live my life in that Buddhist middle path, which is not out of the world, not totally in it, but I live in New York City because that's where the people are. That's where we're all running around stressed and overworked and overtired. And so really that's what spirituality is designed for. That it's not designed for the mountains. It is discovered in the mountains, and then we bring it to the cities where we need it. Yeah, you can bring the mountain with you. That's the way to go. I feel like not only should we not take anything seriously, but I feel like spirituality really tells us don't take anything at all, period. Just let it all go, leave it all be, trust in the universe that it'll all work out. Of course, we interact and we engage with our surroundings, but we don't need to grasp onto mental notions, because as soon as we have grasped onto something, we're missing reality. And so to me, comedy is spirituality. There is such a healing, soulful experience that happens when we laugh. It is really like crying. It is this essential, uncontrollable expression of overloaded emotion that immediately releases whatever we're holding on to and any kind of tension, stress, and worries. So it's really, to me, it's a great spiritual gift to laugh and to make others laugh. There was this one famous Lama who I was speaking with in an ashram or a Buddhist monastery in northern India. And he's one of those lamas that has the last name Rinpoche. And I will butcher the first name, so I'm gonna just call him Mr. Rinpoche. And he said that a bird needs 2 wings to fly, and humans need 2 wings to fly. One is wisdom, and one is experience. And wisdom is the intellectual understanding that we can develop about ourselves and spirituality through teachings and scripture. And experience is when we put it into practice, when we sit down to do our meditation, or we become fully present as we do our activities through the day. And the more we put it into practice and learn this correct way of thinking, this correct way to see reality beyond the veil of opinions, judgments, and labels, this is how we'll really make spiritual progress. A lot of times, self-love stems from the pressure, labels, judgments, and criticisms we put on ourselves. So it's really important that with each breath we take, we breathe in that energy of the universe. You know, we're breathing in the stardust of billions of stars. We are breathing in all of the plants. We are breathing in air that every human has exhaled in every single breath. In every breath, we breathe in the entire universe, and we really connect with that oneness. And when we are in oneness, there is no insecurity or self-hatred. And on every exhale, we have an opportunity to breathe out every bit of stress and worry and any of the baggage that we've been carrying onto. So if we can make a habit of conscious breathing, noticing that self-critical tendency and nature within us on every inhale, and letting it all go on every exhale. This is the power of breath, and this is why we sigh. It's just a natural form of releasing whatever we're holding on to. So that is available to us. And then the other habits that can help us turn self-dislike into self-love is anything that treats our mind, body, and soul with love. That can be, in our body's case, getting moving, eating those most nutritious foods. For our soul, that can look like meditation or practicing mindfulness. And for our mind, that can be reading our favorite book or relaxing at the beach or anything that allows us to decompress. And it's essential that we recognize that the way we treat ourselves is an act of love or not. So simply being as loving to ourselves as we would be to anyone else is essential to developing that connection to that source of love within us that then expands to everyone